happy fall.
That's right. We are here for a home vlog, as you can tell.
Yes, and I know a lot of you have really been looking forward to this, and we're happy to be here because I am such a big fan of summer. I love like our pool days and mixing like those poolside drinks and stuff, but I was really looking forward to fall this year, so I'm excited. So we got soup season coming your way. We're gonna do a soup today, and Steve has a fun like fall festive cocktail for us.
That's right, I do. Totally forgot about that, but I will be making that.
But really, we're just gonna kind of hang out today and just relax.
Day.
Yeah, Caleb is on fall break right now.
Can you believe that? It's September, he's already in fall break.
I know.
It kind of forces us to get into the festive spirit. So when Mike says he's excited about this, it's now officially fall for us because he is on break.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get started, and I think like I said, we're just gonna hang out. So come hang out with us.
There we go.
By the way, Caleb is upstairs. Caleb's not here right now. He's upstairs. He is vlogging. So if you saw, I posted something on our Instagram the other night. So he got his little vlogging camera back. He charged it up because he has been playing with it for a really long time. But he got some kinetic sand, like a brand new set. He's very excited. So he is upstairs vlogging how to use kinetic sand. By the way, we didn't really vlog it. I got a few little clips, but this morning, Steve made us breakfast.
Yeah, so when Caleb came home from school on Friday, he came over, he's like, Dad, can you make some of your yummy breakfast burritos? And like, sometime this weekend, he's like, sure, I could do that. So I start doing it, and he's like, oh, breakfast burritos?
Yeah, he didn't want it today.
Because it takes some work to do. But
right.
We had that for breakfast. And that's been keeping us over for almost all day. They were pretty heavy.
Because I have to say, I know we've never vlogged it. We should, because you do make a very, very good breakfast burrito. Yeah. So it was kind of funny that Caleb requested it, and then the day comes and he didn't want it anymore.
It's funny though, because I do like making breakfast burritos, but I never make them for me. I'm only making them for you and Caleb, because if it was up to me, it would have chorizo in it. But the rest of the family can't handle that. So Mike needs his very specific bacon.
I like a bacon breakfast burrito.
Caleb likes sausage in his, and like I have to make them separate, so yeah, that's fun.
But as you saw in our little opening there, yeah, even though technically tomorrow is the first full day of fall, which I'm always like, it always surprises me when you're actually looking at the calendar for like the official first day of a season. I feel like we're always like a good month into it. At least that's how I feel before it actually starts. But yeah, I've already started decorating. I got my wreath out. We got the Mrs. Myers. Oh, we got a comment about the Mrs. Myers because Russell, it was you who were asking. I thought Steve hated the Mrs. Myers. He hates the acorn spice. That one was like it was so cinnamony. It was so strong. Even I didn't like it. But I do find that I like this one, Fall Leaves, is very, very nice. It's got a nice, like, fall fragrance to it, but it's not, like, super overpowering. I really like it. I found some of these little pumpkins that I thought looked really, really cute at the store, so I'm going to kind of sprinkle these around. Although, in the past, I have put these on, like, my tabletops and stuff, and, like, if you're not careful, some of them can actually kind of, like, rot, and, like, they leak stuff at the bottom. So this year, I'm going to put them on something before I actually let them just hang out on my good furniture. So I have to admit, I didn't really know where I wanted this vlog to start the other day because we are now just a couple days into Arizona Restaurant Week, and I love Restaurant Week. It actually is one of the things that kind of started like our soup season tradition. But I was just thinking, last year, we actually vlogged it. So if you saw, we vlogged the first night of Restaurant Week because that was when we installed like the under cabinet lighting here. You can see that. That we did that all in the same day. It was Caleb's last day of school before fall break. I installed the lighting. We went to that Indian place, Ferengi, for the Restaurant Week, and it oozed all over Steve's backseat of his brand new car. But then that was also the night we got our brand new iPhones. And like, of course, I'm terrible with technology. I will always get the bum phone. And we were there until like almost 11 o'clock at night because they could not get my stuff transferred over. It was such a thing. Anyways, that was a long ramble, but it is Arizona Restaurant Week. Yesterday, we went up to the Scottsdale Quarter to one of our favorite spots, Zinc Bistro. So we had a fun little kind of like French brasserie style lunch yesterday. But because we did that and we were kind of out like shopping and stuff, we decided today would just be kind of like a casual, like let's just hang out at home. But right now, I am going to get my soup started and I'm eager to show, well, most of you probably know what I'm going to make. Yeah, so most of you already know, especially if you've been watching us for a while, we're a family of traditions. And so the tradition I have when it comes to kicking off soup season, I always start with tortilla soup. And it comes from the Martha Stewart Cooking School book. Years ago, we went to this restaurant for Restaurant Week, and I got the tortilla soup. I'd never had it before, and it was so good. And so it became kind of a tradition. We went every year, but I noticed like this year, and I think last year as well, they didn't include it as part of the Restaurant Week menu. You can still get it there, it's just not part of like the special. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start my own tradition and start making it at home. And this recipe is very, very good. If I remember correctly, I think I messed it up last year and it didn't come out as good. So I am taking all the precautions. I'm rereading the recipe and make sure I'm doing it properly this year. So looking at the recipe, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a large chicken, and I was actually surprised that I was able to find a smaller one. Every time I cook with Martha Stewart or Thomas Keller, they always ask for a small chicken, like anywhere from like 4 to like 4.5 pounds, and I can never find it. Everything around here is like these large chickens that are like 5 to 6 pounds. I found a 4.5 pound one yesterday. It was all organic and natural, so I think it should be great. Let's get started. Here is my chicken. Yeah, we got a 4.5 pound chicken. Now we're gonna cook this in chicken stock along with a bay leaf, some salt, some black peppercorns.
How many years have we been vlogging?
Long time.
Yes. And we're back here into a cooking vlog. So this goes back to our original roots, right?
It is, yes.
But we haven't vlogged in like, what, 2 weeks or so?
It's been a while. And I swear, it's like, you'd think we'd never done this before because I cannot talk. I was filming something with a chicken for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, kept like mishmashing my words and stuff. And I was just getting frustrated. I was like, Steve, come hold the camera.
Yeah, I'll have to admit, so like, we do pay attention to the comments. People sometimes say I gaslight you or I speak over you or I complete your thoughts.
Yeah.
Is it me gaslighting you or am I truly trying to help you?
You're trying to help, but we're just being lighthearted. We're just trying to like laugh and have a good time.
But I was in the other room and I just heard 18 versions of the same thing. Like, do you need help? He's like, yes.
Steve's in there like doing his puzzle, and I was like, we're all kind of like doing our own things. Like I said, it's a lazy day. We're all just hanging out.
Right.
But I'm in here and I'm like, oh my God, I can't talk.
So like, I'm going to go check it out.
I'm going to add some blah, blah, blah. Let's do this again.
All right, so you are working with the chicken right now, right?
So I'm doing the chicken.
Okay.
Yes. So it says to cut it up into 10 pieces. So I'm going to do that right now.
Okay.
And then, it's just basically going to cook in chicken stock. By the way, another thing I was trying to find like authentic tortilla soup recipes. Mm-hmm. And I guess this is technically chicken tortilla soup. Because I guess traditional tortilla soup doesn't have chicken in it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was trying to find, I found this one recipe from Disney and it looked kind of sad.
What do you mean sad?
I'm not going to do it. I actually looked the way they served it in the restaurant at Epcot in the Mexico Pavilion, and it looked sad.
Okay. Well, I like that yours is hearty.
Yes.
Same. All right. Well, that's good. So you're going to cut down an entire whole chicken?
Yes. So I'm going to cut this chicken up. So I'm going to start with this. I hate when they take the wing tips off too, by the way.
So is this required, by the way, or can you just buy all the pieces of chicken?
You could totally buy just the pieces if you wanted to.
I just didn't know if you needed all the innards or parts that come with it to help with the stock.
As we are getting into like the holiday season and soup season, I wanted to start doing full chickens because I want to save like the backs and stuff and the innards and stuff so I can make my own stock. Okay. So that's why I'm doing this.
Got it. Okay, cool.
All right, so I got my chicken cut up, and I have to say I didn't want Steve to film it because, for those of you who say I'm a great cook, thank you so much. But regardless, I always get so self-conscious, especially when it comes to my knife skills, and I don't think I'm really the best at cutting up a chicken. I think I actually have to, like I said, I'm actually kind of proud of myself today, but I do think I left a little bit too much, like a little bit too much meat on the bone for the carcass, but I'm saving it, so I'm going to use that for chicken stock anyway, so I guess it's not the worst thing today. But all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. I got my 10 pieces. Yeah, here's my carcass that I'm saving. Like I think I just left too much on there, but oh well. Let's get this going. So we've got our chicken in a large stock pot, and to this we're going to add our chicken stock, as well as my salt, black peppercorns, and dried bay leaf. It looks like I have 2 bay leaves in there, but it was just because one of them was kind of like broken, so just kind of making up for it. But we're gonna bring this to a boil and just cook the chicken through. One of the things that's really nice about this soup also is that you can kind of make it, if you don't want to like do it all in one day and kind of like overexert yourself, you can actually do this part like a day before cooking the chicken, because after this you're gonna actually just like remove the meat from the bones and then just kind of reserve it, and then you'll just add this in as you wish later on when your soup is finished. So yeah, you could totally do this part the day before. Meanwhile, over here we've got Steve's, oh yeah, we haven't mentioned this in the vlog yet. We mentioned it on the Instagram, but yeah, Steve's new obsession is puzzles.
Caleb helps.
Yes.
But Well, he directs me in his vlog on how to do this.
Yeah.
But it's just a menial task. It's something for me to just check out and not have to worry about doing anything Skylar wants, love, and
yeah.
Hi, girl. But yeah, I'm just doing puzzles. So right now we're doing The World of Frankenstein.
Yeah, so if you saw the Instagram post, you were actually working on like the Disney one you've been working on for a while. But yeah, now we're moving into the Halloween season. And this is kind of a clever little thing that Steve got. You just got this the other day.
Yeah, so...
But it's a board to do your puzzle on. And it's got like these cool little drawers in there.
Yeah, so it keeps everything organized. However, when we first got this, Caleb dropped one of these trays right on the ground immediately. So, but... Thankfully, we had all the pieces.
Skylar Monster. Skylar's a little monster.
Okay, check it out. My soup is like, it's getting nice and hot. I'm bringing it to a boil, but you can see it's getting all like that, like all those like impurities coming to the top. You can go ahead and skim that off and like really clarify this if you want. I'm lazy. I never do that, but I know a real chef would. We were having such a great afternoon, we all realized we forgot to eat lunch. So Steve is going to make us a quick little bite. So we have Instagrammed this before, but I don't think we've ever actually put it on the vlog.
Oh, really? Okay.
But Steve is making us bruschetta, but it's not just any bruschetta. It's the bruschetta that they do in then one of the early scenes of the movie Julie and Julia.
Yeah.
And it is so good.
It's very quick, easy, refreshing, exactly what you want. It's
Yeah.
like a perfect like hearty snack.
So you can see Steve's got some tomatoes going on here, and you're getting some garlic ready.
Yeah.
Now, we did have like a different kind of bruschetta last night because we weren't wanting a full dinner. We just wanted some small bites. So
Right.
we have a lot of this stuff kind of like just on hand. So that's nice. But yeah.
And it's nice that I can make something while Mike's making the bigger thing later on, right? So
Yeah.
We're tag teaming.
Now my chicken has finished cooking. I have it over here. You can see it's still like steaming. I just took it out, but it's nice and cooked. And we're just gonna let this cool because once it's cool, like I said, we're just gonna get our hands in there and you're gonna shred the meat from the bones. But that will be quite a while from now. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to strain this stock. Now this was like store-bought chicken stock, but we fortified it with an actual chicken. So it's going to have a lot of really, really good flavor. So the next step for the chicken tortilla soup is kind of interesting because the recipe calls for dried pasilla peppers, and we could not find that this year. We went to a variety of different places, and we just had no luck. And I even like Googled like what's the substitute. They gave me 3 options. They didn't have any of it. So, but luckily Steve went to the fresh produce area, and they had just pasilla chilies. So we decided to come home and dry out our own. Yeah. So our little oven here has a dehydrate setting. So Steve did that. This thing has been running like for 24 hours. Oh, it's only been 12?
It's 12 hours each time, but we did it twice because it didn't yield the results you typically see when you think about dried peppers.
Right. And what's funny though is that in this recipe you take the dried peppers and then you kind of reconstitute them a little bit.
Rehydrate is what you said.
Yeah, you kind of like
what's the point?
I was like, well, that's silly. So I think they're good enough. Let me show you what they look like. Here they are, but like this looks pretty good to me, I think. Now we have to split them open, remove the seeds, and then we toast them. But then after that, you're supposed to put them in water for like 30 minutes to kind of, like rehydrate
Honestly,
them.
you do you, but they're kind of pliable. I'm not sure you're going to need to rehydrate them.
That's what I mean. I think I'm just going to slice these open, get the seeds out, and just move on with the next step.
Yeah. It smells very good, very fragrant. So I think that's what we're trying to do is impart the flavor on it. Mm-hmm. And pastillas are not very spicy, so it's probably just a flavor profile you're going for here.
Yeah. Check it out. We got some bruschetta. So delicious. It smells so good in here. Oh, I guess we forgot something. We forgot the Parmesan.
We got some shaved Parmesan. Let me get that thrown on top of it. It does get quite messy, but flavors are always good.
Yeah. Although,
garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put a lot of garlic in this.
Those are huge cloves, so but I happen to love garlic.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Good. All right. Even Caleb's like, is that bruschetta? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, you want some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
You want
whoa. Yay. Skylar, give me that.
Gosh. Yummy. Well, that's a big bite, dude.
Good.
Good? Mm.
It's a little bit spicy.
The garlic?
Because I saw you had that bottle in your hand when you were playing.
Oh no, it was the garlic that makes it spicy.
Well, I don't like spicy stuff, but I do like it.
Good.
So back to the tortilla soup. Right now what I'm going to do, so I've got 4 pasilla chilies. We only need 2. So I'm going to take these and I'm just going to toast them on over high heat on this skillet here. And you can kind of see in her book, it looks like they're like blackened. Might as well use the bigger ones though, right? Let's put that one on. And we'll get this guy over here. Check it out. Okay, yeah, the cookbook said to do this until they're charred. Charred being the word. Oh, I see a little black on there. It's definitely not like the picture. But it could just because our chilies are not completely dried.
But I'll have to admit, it's very fragrant now. So even a little bit more. And we've been accustomed to the smell for the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can smell it now is also something telling. So I realize I also have my glasses. I was doing my puzzle glasses. But yeah, it smells good.
All right, so as you can see, I have already sliced my pasilla chilies, and I've taken as many of the seeds out as I can. I figure they don't look that great, but I figure it's all gonna just get pureed at the end anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I've made this recipe so many times. It always tastes good. But now I have halved my tomatoes. I'm gonna drizzle this with some olive oil and then stick it under the broiler for about 5 minutes. So you know what I was just thinking? I know I said this already, that you can make this, you can do like the chicken part of this soup like the day before, but don't forget, you know the expression like soup always tastes better the next day? That definitely is the case here as well. So you could actually like do the chicken like on day 1 and then make the soup on day 2, and then day 3 will be the day you serve it. So if you don't want to do all that heavy lifting, or you don't want to do like, because I have to admit, I do find that there's a lot of like dishes to be done with this recipe. So if you want to serve this for like guests or something, but you don't want to make a huge mess, make it the day before or even 2. All right, these are done, and ooh, check it out. Oh, they look just like the picture. These turned out great. So yeah, it was under a broiler, high heat for 5 minutes. After they've cooled for a bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a rough chop. Then I'm gonna take the same skillet I used to char the chilies in, and I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of oil, and I'm going to add my sliced onion. And I'm just gonna cook these down just for a little bit, about 3 minutes. I don't know if you can see it in there. I was doing it one-handed, but I used my garlic mincer. I've got 3 cloves of garlic in there as well. I always add that last, because otherwise if you overcook the garlic, it really starts to turn bitter and it just burns. So I just give it like another little minute, just to give it like, just till it gets like fragrant, you know, before we add our roughly chopped tomatoes.
All right, so as typical with us, we had the microphone on the wrong setting. So we are always
We're so out of like
we're out of
routine.
habit.
I can't talk.
We're out
I
of
can't
habit.
think of anything to talk about.
But yeah, so that last segment, you're going to hear one of us really well, the other one not so much. But Mike has added the tomatoes into the onions.
Right.
And I think this is the last step before everything gets pureed, right?
I think I remember what I said.
Okay.
I was going to say, you can do a rough chop. Don't kill yourself about it because it's all just going to get pureed after. Anyways, also, one thing I did want to add, it doesn't cook for very long. Once you add the tomatoes, you just cook it for like 2 minutes, and then you add your chili peppers, and then you just let all of this kind of cool for a bit before you puree it.
Okay.
We're just going to add this real quick and just kind of like, you know, stir it in, and then it's all going to get pureed. Okay, so this has cooled very... Oh, are you okay? This has cooled very, very nicely. So I'm going to move it on over here, and we're going to, in batches, add this to the blender and puree this. Also, one thing I should mention, the recipe, again, because you're using, per the recipe, if you're using the dried chilies, they do have you rehydrate it with half a cup of water. Now, obviously, since I didn't do that, I did still want to get some of this liquid into this since we're going to be pureeing this in the blender. So I just added a half a cup of the water to the skillet when I was done cooking, and I just kind of let the water steep in here for a few minutes. So I did my first pass on this. You can see it's pretty coarse, but there's really not that much. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just now add the rest of this and then just give this that final puree. This looks fantastic. I forgot to vlog the actual pureeing it, but it's just a blender going. But now that we've got this all blended up, we're gonna add this back to our stock. And you guys, we pretty much just have tortilla soup at that point. So it says to adjust this to medium heat, and then we just mix this together and it's ready. And then you just add, I haven't actually shredded my chicken yet, but then you'll add your shredded chicken to it and then just, heat it through. And then you've got soup. Now, I didn't taste this quite yet, but I did taste my puree, and it definitely needed some seasoning, some salt, pepper. So be aware of that. Okay, I just took a little bite. This is fantastic. It actually, I may have spoke too soon because there's a lot of salt in our fortified broth. So I did take a bite and it tasted very, very good. I have a high tolerance for salt, so I added just a smidge more. This may be just as is enough for most of you. So be aware of that. Season on your own. I'm gonna leave seasoning up to you. Skylar and Caleb are going at it. But this tastes fantastic as is. Okay, so as my soup is simmering over here, I've enlisted Steve to shred the chicken because I don't like doing it.
Yeah, so here I am.
So he's going to shred this chicken for us.
Just use your hands, it's easier, right?
Yeah, just use your hands. So now that Steve has finished shredding all the chicken, I can go ahead. I'm going to let him finish, but I'm going to take all of this chicken and I'm going to add it to my soup, which has now been, it simmered for 15 minutes. It did thicken up a little bit, so that's very nice. But then you heat the chicken through, and then don't forget you have to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You just need that little hit of acidity to bring it all through, or to balance it out. It's going to be fantastic. Check it out. Now you see what Steve was talking about? Like, this is a hearty soup. I mean, it is a whole chicken. It's a 4.5 pound chicken, that you wind up adding back to the soup. So yeah, we're just gonna heat this chicken through, add the lime juice, and dinner is ready. Oh man, I just took a bite of the soup. It is fantastic. And the 2 tablespoons of lime juice, don't forget it, because I think I have forgot to do that in the past. And that is really what kind of makes it sing. This soup really needs that little kick of acidity to kind of balance all those flavors. Fantastic. Now here's the funny thing. We're actually not having this tonight for dinner. We're gonna do it tomorrow night because, again, soup tastes better the next day.
All right. So we are back in the kitchen. So I tried an attempt of trying to help out, and Mike's like, no, the tone's not right.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It doesn't look right.
So anyhow, Mike and Caleb just got back from a play date over at the park.
Yes.
And while they were gone, I thought it'd be fun to pick up the vlog and do like a cocktail making segment, which is the cocktail we've been promising.
Right. I know.
So,
but yeah, so Caleb was like kind of crazy. He was getting crazy, and he was like, let's go out. And I was like, okay, we've been home all day, right?
Stir crazy. Yeah.
So we went to the park, and what was funny is that we weren't there for like 20 minutes, and it started to rain.
It's been overcast all day, so it's been been threatening to.
Okay, I was going to say, I did not see rain in the forecast at all. Yeah. I saw the clouds, but there was no rain projected. So now that I am back from the park, I would love a cocktail.
Okay, I can't wait to make it for you in real time.
So now this is a recipe that I had found it was on Williams Sonoma. It's actually a Thanksgiving recipe, cocktail recipe. But I thought it looked good, and I had Steve make it the other day. And when he first made it, like following the direction completely, it was way too tart.
Yeah,
it did not taste good.
The apple cider cocktail on Williams Sonoma's website.
Yeah,
was not balanced. And again, it's a batch cocktail, so it's made for 2. So you have to make some pretty big adjustments to be able to make sure you're doing it right.
Right.
So, in general, I think I've kind of honed it in. I made it for Mike a few times just to kind of check to see if it meets his flavor profile. I think we're there now. So,
yeah.
All right.
So yeah, because it first came out super tart. Then the second time it was way too sweet, and so I think we found you found the perfect balance.
Together we did. So anyhow, here we go. All right, as I said, this is a batch cocktail, so we have to use a pretty large measuring glass for this because we're talking in cups, not ounces. So we're going to start with the apple cider. Highly recommend you shake it vigorously, as there is some separation that happens within this. Mike reminded me of that. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out. Now this is your primary ingredient, so you're going to measure out the most here, and this is going to be a 1/2 cup. Again, this is going to be a yield of 2 cocktails. We're going to go ahead and put that in there.
And it's going to be shaken, right?
Yes, it will be shaken. The next ingredient is Calvados, which is an apple-based liqueur. You're going to measure out a 1/4 ounce of that. The next up, they call for brandy. Because we're talking about apple theme, we did apple brandy, so it's Applejack. This is going to be another 1/4 ounce. Now, because we made this a few different times, we're going to measure out 2 teaspoons of this, but surprise, surprise, this one's out. I'm going to go get another one really quickly. So we're going to substitute the Blanton's barrel-aged maple syrup for the Pappy Van Winkle maple syrup. So that's an upgrade, folks. So we're going to measure out.
It is an upgrade. So if you don't have this fancy stuff, you can just use, regular maple syrup is fine.
Yes. But this imparts a little bit of barrel age on it, which means it's a little bit oaky. You're going to do 2 teaspoons of this. And then we're going to measure out 1/4 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, which I have already done over here. And we'll go ahead and measure that up. Put that in. And then lastly, that's where the recipe leaves off. That's where it leaves off if you go to Williams-Sonoma's website. So we found it to be a bit too tart, so we were going to add 1 ounce of simple syrup, which is basically a 1/2 ounce per cocktail, which is not too bad. It's actually pretty balanced.
Right.
We're going to add that in here. Put it in your mixing tin. We have ice ready to go in here, so we're going to go ahead and put that on top, and we're going to shake it. Okay, and then you're going to prepare a Collins cube, a nice tall cube with some crushed ice. We have an apple fan over here as well, and a straw. And we're going to pour this right on into our cocktail.
Wow, check it out.
And our fridge is making noise in the background.
If it's not the ice maker, it's the fridge. That's always going on.
The appliances are applauding us. So this is for you, Mike. Apple cider cocktail, I think is what it's called, right? So
yes.
Enjoy it.
Like Steve said, I already had one of these yesterday. It was very good. That is so nice. Yeah. It's perfect. It's really great.
Good for the season.
Like I said, it's funny because it's on their Thanksgiving menu for like Thanksgiving cocktails, but it works perfectly at the beginning of fall. It's awesome. I love it. Very refreshing.
Good. Happy you like it.
Okay, so it is now the next day, which means my soup is probably going to taste phenomenal, right? It is now Monday, so today is now the first official day of fall. So here we are. We actually just got back from Caleb's gymnastics class. And so yeah, I'm heating up the soup right now, and we're just kind of getting the garnishes ready because with tortilla soup, the big thing really is the garnishes. That's kind of what like makes or breaks your soup. And so this morning I already shredded the cotija cheese. I diced up the red onion. I even made my fried tortilla strips this morning. Another element of the soup that you can actually do in advance so you don't have so much to do at the time of serving. So it's great, but I'm getting very, very hungry. Looks like Steve is getting our avocado ready.
Yes. Mostly just mine and
yeah.
Felix, right? So
I just wanted the avocado. Well, the recipe says to use an avocado, but I think the green is going to give it some nice color.
It'll give us a nice texture on top and some firmness to a soup, right? So you know what I love about soup season is it takes a full season for the soup to be ready. So here we are. It's a marathon.
By the way, this afternoon, so everything you just watched, I already edited that this afternoon. And what was funny, I went back on our channel to see, I was like, why can't I remember our tortilla soup from last year? I totally forgot. I didn't make it from scratch last year. Last year's tortilla soup came in our Marley Spoon meal kit. I totally forgot. So I am very, very excited that we went the extra mile and spent a season making this one. So I had quite a tough time cutting up the cabbage. I was like, am I doing this right? So Steve took over. But I don't know if I showed you guys this, so we got some sliced cabbage. We've got my grated cotija cheese. We've got some diced red onion. And then over here, I just put these in a plastic bag for right now. I did overcook them just a smidge. As you can see, they're pretty brown, but they taste fine. They taste great. Nice crunch to it. Got a little salt on there. And then, yeah, my soup's still warming up.
So I told Mike I had an important errand I needed to run.
Yeah, he dropped Caleb and I off at the gymnastics place. And I'm like, okay, what'd you have to go do?
So I've been really wanting something, and I knew there was a grocery store close by that had it. So they had it. Super important errand.
We got Oreo Reese's Pieces.
No.
Or not Reese's Pieces.
Reese's. So it's Oreo cookie with Reese's legitimate peanut butter on the inside.
It says Reese's Peanut Buttery Cream with Oreo cookie crumbs.
Limited edition.
Oh, okay.
So I got two.
So the story was I went to the grocery store this afternoon and they had 3 of these displays at the cash wrap, but they weren't actually filled with those. They were just filled with regular Oreos.
I'll admit, Oreos in a box isn't really normally a thing, right?
Right. I thought it looked weird.
And then they have it in a separate little package in here, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Interesting.
And then it's almost like in a Girl Scout cookie tray.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. You can tell I've already enjoyed a few. They are quite tasty.
Caleb wants to try one too, so I said if he eats dinner, that can be his dessert.
But for anybody that knows, I'm a huge fan of Reese's. Peanut butter is so good. Mike is one of those weird people that doesn't understand the combo of peanut butter and chocolate.
It's not my favorite dessert. Yeah.
Peanut butter and chocolate, perfect.
Okay, so we are ready to eat. Steve already dressed his up so we can get like a nice photo of it because I always forget it for the thumbnail and stuff. We got Caleb's kind of cooling off a little bit. Mine's ready to go here, so I'm going to start building mine. And yeah, so I'll show you how I dress this up because like I said, the garnish is what makes this. I think I'm going to start with the cabbage, so I'm going to put good little bit right there. I like when the tortilla soup has like the mountain of stuff, which is not always the case. Not everybody likes it that way, but that's how I like it. I'm gonna do a little sprinkle of these like red onions, sprinkling of the tortilla cheese, yum. And then of course, my favorite part, the fried tortilla. Now these were corn tortillas if I wasn't clear before, but the fried corn tortilla strips gives it a little bit of a crunch. And then I just put this off to the side, the little piece of lemon that you can squeeze. Or I keep doing that. I keep calling it lemon. I'm so annoyed. Yeah, if you guys were watching the making of it, I said lemon juice. It's lime juice that's added. And so you want a little bit of squirt of lime when you're having your soup. And this looks fantastic. So I will take my little wedge of lime, give it a little squeeze. Oh, this is going to be so good. Well, so what do you think?
It's very good. Now, having said that, I took the modeled soup, the one we took all the pictures with and video of.
Right.
It's heaping. There's so much on it right now. A little bit too hearty for me, but the flavors are amazing.
Yeah, I think we hit it. I think we hit a home run this year, so that's good.
Yeah, even with us having tried the new pasilla method, so it worked out. So good job.
So Caleb is gonna dress up his soup.
And look, I did this with it. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find the right one I need.
He likes you want the one with the curves, right? Because you're creating like a circle pattern.
Yeah.
Of tortilla strips around your soup bowl. All right, hey, works for me.
I'm trying to do a little style with it because I'm doing like a different kind with it. Trying to do some of this at the end. It's a circle.
Whoa! Check it out, everyone.
You can't really see this one right here because it's too low because it's right in the soup.
Yeah, that's true.
Caleb, I have a very important question for you. Is this a lime or a lemon?
A lime.
Oh, you knew that? Awesome.
I kept calling it lemon for 2 days.
Daddy.
What?
Daddy, you have to know by the color. This is a lime.
You're right. So I went back. Man, this is so delicious. I went back and got myself a second bowl because it's that good. What do you guys think? Good? Yours is looking good. I love the red onion on there, man.
Because I did it on the outside because I sometimes couldn't do it because I got a little bit right there.
Oh, okay.
Inside because I did that so I can make it look kind of like a circle.
Uh-huh.
Because actually, Daddy, you actually described it as like a barricade.
It looked like a barricade.
Oh, yeah, I can't even say
Oh,
that.
you thought I said bear cage? Kind of works the same way, though. So how you doing?
I'm good. So, admittedly, we don't do a good job as a family with leftovers. Soup, however, it's going to be...
That's the exception,
leverage,
yeah.
For sure. So tomorrow, it's going to be soup again. So, it turned out really good, Mike. Really good.
And just like that, the first official day of fall and the first day of soup season is officially in the books. Last night's soup was fantastic. It was so delicious. If you made it this far, then you're well aware I didn't do a really great job of doing every step and giving you every amount of the ingredients and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and link the recipe down below in the description box. So if you wanted to try your hand at it, it's there. Trust me, it's fantastic. But yes, so, we are ready for fall. Bring it on. I think the next soup we're gonna do is going to be lobster bisque. I teased that in a previous video because I have the recipe from Yachtsman Steakhouse, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so delicious. It was probably the best lobster bisque I've ever had. But before we do that, because I have to make my own lobster stock, we're gonna go get some actual lobsters and we're gonna make lobster rolls. I don't know if I've ever shown that. Yeah, I think I have shown it on the vlog before. But we have this really great Thomas Keller recipe for lobster rolls. So we're gonna do that, save the shells, make lobster stock, and then we'll have lobster bisque.
So yeah, I'm totally excited about it, especially with the start of the tortilla soup, which was amazing last night, but the lobster stuff is what I'm really excited about.
And I thought it was perfect because though lobster rolls is really considered a summertime food, I mean, we just started fall. I think we're good.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I Googled when is lobster season. It actually starts now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so apparently it goes from September through March.
I didn't know that.
It's the freshest. So
okay.
Maybe lobster rolls are a thing in the summer because maybe you're not using
you
fresh
dress
meat.
it up.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. But either way, I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to look forward to that lobster bisque because I tried just a little bit of Mike's at Yachtsman, and he just been raving about it ever since.
It was so good. Well, with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think we're going to end it here.
Yeah. So it is, like I said, restaurant week. We've gone to one restaurant, and I'm already leaving to California. So we have some goals of the rest of this week that we got to iron through. Soup season, lobster, maybe visiting restaurant week, but those are yet to be determined and planned. We'll get on that, I swear.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.